Hi everybody, it's Stacy from Peony Lane Designs. I'm back with another tutorial. I am going to be showing you how to do a dry brushing technique using Junk Gypsy's buttermilk biscuit paint. I had some left over. If you saw the spraying video, I had a lot of, you can see I only used like half the can, so I've got quite a bit of paint left over. And I'm getting ready for a pop-up sale this coming weekend, and I wanted to get this giant ornate gold mirror painted. I got this for a really stellar deal, so I think I paid 20 bucks for it, and it is huge. It is one of the biggest pieces. Let me see if I can show you kind of, it's big. It's really big. It's hard to film a mirror, sorry. But it's got this really great detail on it, and if you just had a heart attack because I got paint on the mirror, don't. It's chalk paint. It'll come off. And I'll show you that as well, because I'm not going to tape it off, which that might make some of you a little distressed because you're used to having large projects and you have to tape them off for glass and mirror and stuff like that. I don't worry about it with chalk paint. I absolutely love the convenience of being able to do the dry brush technique, get all the edges, get all the pieces done, and then have no problem wiping off the excess. It's sort of like doing a water distressing, only on the glass. You just rub it right off, and I'll show you that. Clearly, I'm going to be able to show you that. But what I do when I do the dry brush technique, you don't normally want to saturate your brush, but because I am going to be painting the outside of the frame and the detail part, what I do is I'll dip my brush in the paint, and you can see I've kind of got, let's see if I can get it to focus, quite a bit of paint on there. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it. Quite a good little dollop of paint, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to start brushing the back side that you're not going to see, that doesn't have much detail. Edges of the frame, and I know, I'm sorry if I get in the way, until I get my brush to the point where I'm pulling paint back, and it happens very quickly. I just got paint all over myself because, you know, I don't have much space. I'm in my living room. I'm home with kids, so right now there's a bunch of kids in my house, and I only have one child, but she's got friends over, and I can't leave them alone for too long, or you know what happens. So what I'm going to do then on this ornate detail, the reason I love the dry brushing is because it takes very little paint, and you can see I'm just hitting it lightly, and you're getting all the detail to come through. So it's getting rid of the tacky gold, which I'm not a fan of the gold. I know it's coming back. I've heard this many times. I don't care. I don't like the gold, and if I don't sell this, I'm stuck with it. So if I want it, it's going to be painted and it's going to be white. But you can see I just hit the edges, and I'm getting paint right on that glass, and it's not a problem. But you basically can put as little or as much paint on as you want while doing this. And I don't put that much on, and I do kind of spread it out. So I'll end up going all the way out to the edges with this, and you can see it's just really dry brushing. And then the detail comes out, but you're not completely coating the piece. It uses very little paint. It's a wonderful technique to use if you have just a tiny bit of paint left and a big piece, or even a small mirror, a small picture frame that you've got really great ornate detail on. Let me show you what's happened over here. So I did this, I'll put that. I did this portion earlier, and you can see all of the really great corner detail and all that wonderful detail, and it looks super pretty when it's done. But let me show you what happens with the dry paint. So if any of you are worried about the mirror, I can literally take my finger and rub it, and that paint comes right off. So if I get a washcloth, let me see, if I can just take my finger, get it wet, and run that along there, this paint's gonna come right out. So when I get a washcloth on it, I won't have to worry about taping off the whole thing. And we all know taping off takes a lot of time. So I'm gonna finish the dry brushing on this, and then I'll show you what it's like when it's done. But it's a super simple technique. Any of the Bungalow 47 or Junk Gypsy paints are fantastic for this. Chalk paint is ideal for dry brushing. So let me show you what it's like. Okay, so as I was working, I thought I'm gonna mention it to you guys, so I'm sorry for the weird camera angle, and I'm sorry that you see the mic cord. But what happened was, as I was working, the brush got too dry. But because I had put the heavy paint on this side, if you notice, what I'll do then is I go back to the side that's super wet and just grab a tiny bit more paint, and then I went back to the detail part to continue the dry brushing. So you don't have to re-dip it into the paint. It's really nice because when I start out this way, where I do the heavy paint on the back, because it's still wet, I can just grab a tiny little bit and kind of fill my brush to do the dry brushing technique without getting too much paint on it again. So just a quick tip. Okay, so here it is all finished, and it probably took me less than 10 minutes to complete the whole thing. To be honest with you, it took me longer to find this piece in my inventory, which is someday I'm going to take you guys on a tour of what that looks like, and pull it out and bring it in here than it did for me to actually finish brushing it. But as you can see, what I'm going to do then is just take a rag, and all I have to do for this on the glass is just rub it off. That's why chalk paint is so nice for projects like this, because if I had been using latex or a spray paint or anything like that, I would have had to tape this off. It would have taken me so much longer, and to be honest, I avoid projects. If I'm using something other than chalk paint, I will avoid taping at all costs. I don't like to spend that extra time, because this is going to take me probably another 4 minutes to run this along here and clean that paint off. It's not a big deal. So it's a great technique. I hope you give it a try. You know, grab your favorite chalk paint. There's links below to the Bungalow 47 and Junk Gypsy paints that I sell. If you want to give any of these a try. What I used on this again was the Buttermilk Biscuit from Junk Gypsy, but it's a great product, and I mean, literally, this thing took no time at all, and it's probably, it's a little over 4 feet long. So, I mean, it would be great. Now, I mean, it went from really ornate, the gold was very ornate and very formal, to a look that could be used in a lot of different environments. I mean, you could put this in a beach house, you could put it in a country house, well, you could put it with decor that is more shabby chic, you could put it in, you know, a little girl's room. This could be a full-length mirror for a little girl. I think it would be adorable in that setting. I don't know who's gonna buy it, but I know somebody will, and I know they're gonna love it. And it took me no time at all to just bring this from a very ornate and formal looking piece to something that is more approachable for everyday living. So I hope you guys get some chalk paint and give it a try, and you'll love dry brushing just as much as I do. Happy junking, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my videos, my channel, please do so. You can click the bell icon and you'll be notified when there's new tutorials that come up, and I do post every week. I do the junkin' videos, and then I also do the DIY series. So please subscribe so you get notified, and we'll see you next week. Happy junkin', everyone. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to click the subscribe button. I post every week more Junkin videos and DIY tutorials. Click the bell icon to be notified.